Hello, I'm here today with our chairman of the board, Antti Herlin, to discuss what sustainability means to KONE and how we are embedding it in our strategy in everything we do at KONE. So Antti, maybe you want to start, share your thoughts on what sustainability really means.
Well, thank you, Henrik. Yes, I think sustainability has been part of KONE always. You might want to think, what does the word sustainability really mean? It means to sustain. And KONE has sustained 2 world wars, huge amount of consolidation in the elevator industry. And that, for me, is really the heart of sustainability. Of course, today, when we look at the planet, sustainability, of course, today means a lot more and really focusing on the environment of energy consumption, etc.
We have made already for a long time a conscious choice that this is at the core of what we are and also of our competitiveness. So as I said, it's been there for 100 years. Already in 2008, we made it a formal strategic target of KONE. And in 2020, we were the first company in our industry to set science-based targets to be able to show the direction here.
Yes, I think really what was a big meaningful point in our history was in the mid-90s when the EcoDisc came into our portfolio, and we could understand then how much the energy savings mean to our customers. At least for me, it was like an eye-opening experience that how sustainability, energy saving, raw material saving, how they are. It's actually quite a simple thing. They are good for business, but they are also good for the planet.
Absolutely. And I must say that one of the most noticeable things over the past years, how this has really become a key aspect in discussions with customers, with partners. And reflecting back over the past couple of years, I don't think I have had a single meeting with a customer or partner where this would not have been a core aspect of our discussion.
I think one thing that we have to also remember here that it is also very motivating for our personnel.
Absolutely.
To understand that we are really serious about what we are doing, and especially in this respect that we are not only thinking about next quarter or next year, but also of the next generations and really the sustainability of the planet.
Indeed. And one of the things I have really noticed within our organization, as you said, is the motivation that it drives. And also when we set ourselves ambitious targets for 2030, that really made a big leap in our innovations. It really speeded up because everyone really started to figure out how do we find solutions to get there. It was clear that when we set the targets in 2020, we did not know how to get there by 2030. Still, there are many open questions. What we can see is that when you set ambitious targets with a clear purpose, motivation, there are amazing things that innovative people come up with.
Yes. Where there's will, there's a way. For me, sustainability has always been much more than only environment. It means that the company will sustain. We have happy customers, our employees, we take care of our employees, etc. So I think this is much a bigger thing than only the environmental matters.
Absolutely, and I think it's really this thinking that has inspired us over the past years then to set specific targets in sustainability, where of course we have environment that we have talked about today, we have diversity, equity, inclusion with ambitious targets there as well, of course, in our industry, very much about safety, and then, of course, about ethical business practices. What I'm very happy about how many of our partners have joined us, and it's clear that today we more and more choose partners that have the same thinking that we do.
When we discuss this sustainability, I think the values of the company, they have a big meaning in this discussion, and values are extremely important. Values are something that come from our backbone, how we behave.
And that is, as you said, values are really something we display every day, how we work with one another and how we treat one another. Something we put constantly a lot of effort on to ensure that we live by our values. One of the specific targets we also set a few years ago is to increase the diversity of KONE. Diversity to us has many different meanings. To show how concrete and serious we are about it, we then set a few specific targets. One of them, for example, is that by 2030 we want to have 35% of all of our director level positions held by women. When we started a few years back, we were at 19%. Now we are at about 24%. So we can see we are progressing. At the same time, there is a lot that we can still and need to do.
I think it was actually already quite a few years ago when we started seriously discussing about inclusion of the genders, and in the 90s, let's say half of the humankind had, let's say, a bit poorer opportunity to be promoted, and I think we have really gone a long way from that. I used to open the KONE management meetings of those days with 150 people, usually saying lady and gentleman. There was maybe one female director in a meeting. Today we are getting close to the 30% in these meetings. So we've really done something about it.
We are progressing. At the same time, all the time we can do more here.
Definitely.
And therefore, in order to continue to improve in this area, we have during the past 18 months now trained our leaders, and we can see through surveys we have been doing that we are making progress.
Well, I think we've been talking a bit too much about history. Let's talk about future. I still think that future is more interesting than history. Sustainability, of course, continues to be in the core of our strategy, and we have really made a decision that it will be, and we will be leaders in this field too. Can you tell a bit more about our future plans?
Sure. Well, I would say first of all, we are in a great industry because we can see that the world is urbanizing. By 2050, 2/3 of the world's population are going to live in cities, and we know that to create sustainable urbanization, a lot of solutions are needed for that, and we really want to be the trusted partner for our customers in developing sustainable solutions, sustainable urban environments. And we can see that this has really become a key growth area for us. So it's about both new urban environments, and it's also about how we can repurpose old buildings where the carbon is already embedded. And here I see fantastic opportunities for our modernization business. How we take, for example, office buildings that are no longer fit for purpose, convert them to other uses, such as residential. Again, I believe that the winners here will be the ones who can truly find circular solutions that are not only sustainable, but also with a long lifespan and great service to the users.
Yes, I think you touched here the very essence of sustainability, that we must be looking to the future, have to think about how our future is and how the future of the globe will be, and we have to adapt to that, because it is so simple that the ones who adapt better than others, they will be the winners of any industry.
And what I'm very happy about is that when it comes to energy efficiency, sustainability, this was a discussion that was only relevant in some parts of the world. Now we can see that it is really everywhere. I really have not seen a single part of the world where this would not be a key design principle for both new buildings as well as existing buildings.
It is actually also so that what's the meaning of growing if the planet is dying?
We want to be part of the solution. Exactly. That is a choice we have made.
Exactly. And I think part of the motivation is that we not only is this good for the business, for KONE as such, but I think everybody understands that it's good also for their children and grandchildren.
For us to achieve our targets and really be the trusted partner for our customers, we need our suppliers to be with us on this journey. This is how we win together. So we can see that there are cities who aim to be carbon neutral already 2025. And we can see regulation is starting to have a big impact here, as well as transparency, traceability. And this is something we cannot do alone. It is about committing to these targets together and innovating together to achieve the ambitions that we have.
Well, I think sustainability it's obviously a huge megatrend, and typically megatrends come because of possibilities, new technologies, new ways of working, people's willingness to do something, new political situation. This megatrend comes from the simple thing that it's a must. We must change the world into a carbon-free, sustainable place.